Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? I see Backoat's in here. I know Toys was in here earlier. ATC was in here earlier. So, how's everybody doing tonight? Everybody, how did your day go today? Yes, I saw you were first, ATC. Um, let's the H. Hi, that was from earlier. And I responded, hey, ATC, what up? Hi. The dislikes, someone is making concerted effort, weird, angry little people in this world. Yeah, I mean, it is disconcerting to see, and and I figured I'm probably just feeding into it, but by acknowledging it. So I'm just, as long as it, of course, doesn't go over like where it's like more dislikes and likes, I'm not really gonna try to say anything. I don't want to feed the beast, as it were. I don't really want to feed the beast. But thank you guys for liking and sharing. Hello, everybody. Um, how's everybody going? Um, going, you scared me as I was into recording. Critical Blast is here. Let's see. Hey, Mike. Hey, Leto. Uh, BRB, my cousin, is going to stop by to leave a like. Okay, cool. Thanks, Back Goat. Up and down, up or down. It's all interaction where YouTube is concerned. Yeah, I know, and believe me, RJ, everybody else here, AT, Action Toys, Leto, Backcoat, they all remind me of it, but it's still, you know, I'm such a small channel that it does have a little bit bigger effect, and it's one of those. It's kind of funny. I was thinking about that earlier today. And I see there are some other new people here as well. I'll get to those comments in a moment. Just to let me finish my statement here. I was thinking about that today, and hence what I was talking about with after I read Batgoat's comment there. Something that my dad had always tried to instill, try to remind me is that not everybody's gonna like you. That's just a simple matter of life. Now, for me, for the most part, I haven't had too many periods of time where I've had people just sit there and just actively dislike me or something like that. So it's like still a little disconcerting, even if it's real, especially if you don't have it happen a whole lot. There's a lot of videos and a lot of streams where I don't have any dislikes. It's like usually, but I know as they said, the interaction's still a positive thing overall. You know, but it's like it's a sign that maybe you are somebody if people are making a concerted effort to try to bring you down by disliking you by being trolls. So, what what I it'd be one thing if I was like had a if I was like 1,000 subscribers and I had 100 people in here, like two or three likes wouldn't probably affect me as much. But since I'm such a small channel and I don't have as many people coming in, that's kind of the rub. That's kind of the rub there. Hey y'all, yeehaw! Cousin, the Bat Goat, um, my cousin, the Bat Goat, me to stop by. Well, thank you, NASCAR Jeremy. We appreciate it. I see you have Dale Earnhardt's number 3 on there. So that's cool. I hope you'll stick around and um we have up to 5 people. Hey Leto. Let's see, we're already at 5 minutes here. We're already 5 people. That's good. Hey BG. Um Hey, Critical Blast from ATC. Um, let's see now. Hey, Toys, how goes it? Let's see now. Dislikes do mess with the algorithms. I've seen several videos on this now. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Hey, Nat. Well, obviously, if like, okay, so, and I know Critical Blast probably knows this a little bit more. Maybe some of the others who've done done your videos and looked at your analytics and stuff. There's that like percentage, right? My like percentage is up there at like over 98%, or it was 98.3 coming into today. Okay. So it's not that big of a deal, but if you go from, let's say, a 98% down to below 90, obviously it's not going to be as high up. People are not going to be looking at it as much. You know, that's how I would figure uh, and then Backout says hi to Critical Blast. George is celebrating 1 year being drug free. Hey, question mark. Well, if you are George, then congratulations on that. That's cool. NASCAR already went home. Yeah. Uh, hey, question mark. Hello, Critical Blast. Hey, NASCAR. Yeah. We got 5 people in here, so I might be able to get right into it then. Not wait too long to get it. Hey, question mark. NASCAR is my alt account. Uh, I'm part of Geeks and Gamers Jer Army. All right. Yeah, no biggie. They hopefully get tired of it. And as I said too, I'm gonna try not to even acknowledge it at this point, because it's like it's one of those things where, okay, the first couple of times it's kind of disconcerting because it's like you're not used to it, but then you realize, something, as long as you keep you know acknowledging it, they're just gonna keep doing it. So I'm just gonna let it be. Oof, that's a Floyd joke. Okay, correction. Okay, all right. So let's see. Yeah. So, anyways, I hope everybody's still okay. So, anyway, it looks like we have what, 4 or 5 people here. Let's see. As far as I know, it looks like we have at least a few people here. Hopefully everybody's still here. Critical Blast, you too. Welcome once again. George Floyd has been drug free for. Oh, okay. All right. I didn't get that question mark. I did not pick that up. That was a joke. So, anyways, so yeah, we have a few people in here now, so that's good to see. Um, there it is. All right. So now we're at 9 minute mark. So I guess I'll kind of get to mentioning what's on tap for tonight. Um, let's see. So we got 7 stories tonight. 4 from Bounding into Comics, 3 from CBR. 3 comic stories, 4 anime stories. Um, a couple stories involving DC, a story involving Marvel. Let's see. The first anime story we're gonna hit is a Vic story. So it looks like Sack Anime is bending the knee a bit. We'll look at that article from Bounding into Comics. Basically, the gist of it is, apparently they were threatened that if they didn't disinvite Vic or uninvite Vic from the anime Roseville swap meet, then they would not do business with them in the future. So that's the gist of it. We'll get more into the article, but then also there's about 3 articles that I saw of interest on on CBR. So we'll be getting into those pretty much right away. Let's see. And we have quite a bit. Bending the Sack. Um, Sack anime bending the knee to whom? Well, we'll get into that. I'll talk about that. Twits. Well, okay. Back go. The term I came up with for them is twidiots. Twidiots. A portmanteau of twit and idiot. Oh, and yikes. All right. Well, I hope Critical Blast is still here because we are about to get into the stories now. So, two idiots. Yeah. So, without no further ado, let's go ahead and get started here. Right there we go. Let's see now. Wash hands. Oh yeah, that's kind of that was a running joke I know on Hero Hayes' channel too. He'd like go off to wash his hands. Okay, well, anyways, let's get to good to have you here. Yep, guys, let's make sure we. I hope you guys will help me to make sure that Critical Blast feels welcome here. Just make him feel welcome, make him feel at home. Um, just so wash your hands, hero. Yeah. So, anyways, let's get into this. Then we got like three articles right here in the comic book portion that I'm going to look at here. First one, this one came out I think last Thursday. So let's take a look at this. And I know Critical Blast. I believe I can't remember his name. I don't know if it was John or Joe. The one guy who was with us in the. I know he was talking a little bit about this too. I mentioned how he didn't particularly care for this. Yes, welcome, Critical. James. Okay, thank you, James. I was having a little trouble remembering his name, but I know James is talking about this on the open mic night. So Jonathan Kent to become the new Superman this summer in new series. Now I get that chances are this is not the same Jonathan Kent that I would probably be thinking of. This I guess is Superman's son, um, not his adopted father. So um, if you look up in the sky or open a comic a few months from now, you will see something other than a bird, a plane, or your usual Superman. As DC is canceling the current Superman title in July and replacing it with the new series, Superman Son of Kal-El, starring Jonathan Kent as the new Man of Steel. Yeah, let's see. I'm wondering if that's the same Superman title. I think it's the same Superman title that's basically been around since 1939. So anyway, Superman, Son of Kal-El, #1, and then you see the credits here on the black and white cover there. So, so this is what they have to say on this. The new series is by Tom Taylor and John Timms and will lead a new slate of Superman books and, in quotes, big changes. I just hope that those changes aren't like woke changes. That's the one thing. That's one thing I'd be. For their sake, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't like sit there and let's see now. E. James. He's Jim Lee, but can't be. Uh, Laugh Out Loud done making Scareglow heads that fit the vintage figures. Let's see. Nice toys. Um, what is Scareglow? Leto just been filming Laugh Out Loud. I told people to check out your streams from today. Let's see. It's like a He-Man figure that glows. Scareglow. Okay, Scareglow was a glow in the dark figure from the last release, the Masters of the Universe back coat. Okay, cool. Uh, FOC, laugh out loud, worst stream with me whining. uh, thanks, toys. Leto. Let's see. Laugh out loud, Leto. He-Man is from the Masters of the Universe. Laugh out loud. Yeah, yeah, I know that because I remember that. I grew up watching the cartoon. Laugh out loud. Digging the Blast logo. Blast logo is cool. Critical Blast, you're getting some RJ, you're getting some love there, man. Where's Woody? We're the old man crew. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but very cool. Agreed. I hope he does show up at some point. Anyways, let's continue on with. Give me a sec. Just got to go off camera for a quick second here. All right, I'm back. Oh yeah, so it says that we have 4 people watching. Um, oh, there's a Fiverr deal on that logo. Money well spent. Uh, um, supposed to show up, then hit the couch. Probably. Beers are out and the fool's hot. Food's hot. Um, yeah, if he's waking up and logs on, let's all make morning wood jokes. Okay. Anyways, laugh out loud. That's a bargain. Laugh out loud. Anyways, back to the article here. It's fun chatting, but stay on track here a bit. The new series is by Tom Taylor and John Timms. Will lead a new slate of Superman books and big changes. In a press release sent out by DC, the publisher had this to say about Superman, son of Kal-El. The action begins on July 13th as a new ongoing monthly series, Superman, son of Kal-El, replaces the current Superman monthly title. Written by Tom Taylor of Nightwing, deceased Suicide Squad fame, and art by John Timms of Young Justice, Harley Quinn fame. This series follows the new adventures of the son of Superman as he's entrusted with the protection of Earth. Jonathan Kent has experienced a lot in his young life. He's he's fought evil with Robin, Damian Wayne, um, traveled across galaxies with his Kryptonian grandfather, um, and lived in the future with a legion of superheroes who were intent on training him for the day his father could no longer be Superman. As with any mortal being, eventually, I'm sure even Kryptonians get to that point where they get so old that um, that they just can't do it anymore. So um, Let's see. Um, there is a hole in the Legion's history that prevents John from knowing exactly when that will happen. But all signs point to it being very soon. It's time for the son to wear the cape of his father and continue the never ending battle as a symbol of hope for his home planet. Now, this harkens back to classic here. Superman, Son of Kal-El. This is also how they did the Superman #1 back in 1939. Um, this kind of setup right here, this kind of design, with the yellow background with that circle with the picture of him. So, beginning story of the daring exploits of the 21st century Superman. Anyways, accompanying that is Tom King's Boo Boo. Tom King's new Supergirl miniseries, Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, which will be in second issue by July. And just in case you were wondering why I was saying boo, because I think we all know that Tom King went after Jay Lee a few months back. So that's why I'm saying, that's why I'm saying boo like that. Ah, Woody's here. Hello, Woody. Yeah, to extreme. The Nap Squadron. Anyway, here I am, Action Toys. Let's see. Um, Hi, Back Goat. Hi, Mike. Hey, Woody. Woody. Morning, Woody. Aha, Leto too. Yeah, I guess you're gonna be the butt of the joke there, Woody. Woody, buddy. Let's see. He. Have a loud morning, Woody. There's I guess a emoji there. That's how you do an introduction cover. Look at that. Mm-hmm. Have a loud. We agree with the booing. Wood got up for the mic. Oh man. Oh boy. Anyways, we okay. So let's continue on with the story here. Um, which will be in its second issue in July. Arriving July 20th, issue #2 of this 8-issue limited series by Tom King, Batman, Batman Catwoman, Mr. Miracle, and artist Bilquis Evely, the dreaming Wonder Woman, continues Kara Zor-El's journey of self-discovery and emergence from the shadow of her famous cousin. Supergirl, Crypto, and their new friend Ruthie um, find themselves stranded um, with no way to pursue Krem, the murderous King's agent. Um, King's agent. Um, each moment this fugitive roams free, the more beings come dangerously close to dying by his hand. There is no time to lose, so our heroes must now travel across the universe the old fashioned way by cosmic bus. Kind of reminds me of the old space cabbie features, I think, in like some of the early early strange adventure comics, I believe, or mystery in space. Actually, mystery in space. Um, they talk about a space bus. Let's see. A cosmic bus. Little do they know their journey will be a dark one, filled with terrors that not even the Maid of Might is prepared to face. And I, of course, forgot to mention too. This article was written by J.B. Augustine. We're trying to be more mindful of giving the writers their credit. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Joining those entries is issue number 1033 of Action Comics. And that's volume one of Action Comics. That's basically the volume of Action Comics that goes all the way back to 1938 by Philip Kennedy Johnson and artist David Sampier. In what sounds like an action packed installment, Superman must stop refugees from Mongols' war world from bringing all out war to Atlantis. Plus, says the synopsis, we will see the returns of Midnighter and Mr. Miracle. Let's see that. So there's another emoji. Laugh out loud. I broke Mike. I meant this one. What do you mean you broke? Uh, the Electric Mayhem bus with Dr. Teeth and Animal. Yeah. Yeah. Writer Philip Kennedy Johnson and artist Daniel Sampier keep Superman on the front lines in his battle to aid a group of Warworld refugees in Action Comics number 1033 on sale Tuesday, July 27th. This issue takes the action to Atlantis and the Fortress of Solitude. Excuse me for a moment, guys. I just got to go off camera for a quick sec. I'll be right back. Yeah. Let's see now. Okay, so let's see. Where are we? And should be back now. Yep. Made sure to hit all the right buttons there. Um, yeah, so, anyways, we continue on with the article here. Um, let's see. Oh, okay. The issue takes the action to Atlantis and the Fortress of Solitude, where war world refugees have taken possession of dangerous war world tech, bringing it to to Aquaman's undersea kingdom, and risking an all-out war that even Superman may not be able to prevent. Meanwhile, some of the escaped Warworld prisoners have found the Fortress of Solitude, and along with it, Lois Lane. Oh boy! And in the 40-page blockbuster's second feature, Midnighter has gone deep into the Trojan compound and found a way unexpected uh, a very unexpected guest whose path he crossed in future state, none other than Shiloh Norman, aka Mr. Miracle. So it does look like they're kind of bringing the idea of somewhat of a. Well, I know that with like Batman and or I'm sorry, with Action and Detective Comics, they they are their features with Superman and Batman respectively, but they also extend to Superman and Bat families. So I do kind of know. Yeah. I haven't seen RJ comment in a while. I hope you're kind of getting into the conversation or into the story here. Um, hope you're still here, RJ. Punk kids. Um, while everyone's talking about Doctor Teeth, action sneaks out the back with Mrs. Teeth. He's excited to find out they call her Teeth laugh out loud. Excited. Okay, let's see. The main squeeze, the far out blonde girl, hippie, Muppet Janice. Hmm. How about that one? Then Floyd, the sax guy. How about that? And then Critical Black. Okay. Listening while typing up my Thunder. Oh, okay. All right. Just want to make sure you were still there. Usually, most of the guys are kind of talking as and having to chat as they're going. And I noticed you hadn't chatted up anything in a while. So hopefully you're finding the content good thus far. Hey man, I don't discriminate against a lady laugh out loud, and I know back down. Okay, all right. So, anyways, continuing on with the article then here. And finally, there is a new limited series in Superman and the Authority, that sees the return of the mythic Grant Morrison to DC and the All-Star Man of Tomorrow. With art by Michael Yamin, the four-issue miniseries or mini seems to tie in with the events of Action Comics number 133 and set the tone for Superman, Son of Kal-El, diving deeper into what's going on with War World. Superman enlists the help of a new and unlikely team led by the unpredictable Manchester Black. If Superman is to get to the bottom of what's happening on War World, he's going to need help. The kind of help that doesn't scream Justice League. Fortunately, multi Eisner Award winning writer Grant Morrison, Wonder Woman, Earth One, The Green Lantern, and fan favorite artist Michael Yamin, Batman, Future State Superman, World of War, have the solution in the form of a new four-issue limited series, Superman and the Authority. I guess the Authority is the name of the superhero group or super team that we're going to be introduced to for those who will be reading that. Launching July 20th, this new team will be led by Manchester Black and combine original members Midnighter and Apollo with new members Enchantress and Natasha Irons. And Natasha Irons is, I believe, Steele's daughter. I believe Henry Irons, John Henry Irons, um, as well as new versions of Light Ray and OMAC. The This new team will have to learn to work together and fast, as the Ultra Humanite has formed his own team of villains to take out the Man of Steel. And as I've said before, too, originally back in the Golden Age, and we'll get to that soon, the Ultra Humanite was actually supposed to be Superman's arch nemesis, not Luthor. Things kind of worked out differently there. Let's see. Us old guys sometimes lay down on the couch, laugh out loud, um, laugh out loud in the basement for a minute. Couches just keep looking better over the years. Yeah, the couch technology, it's wizardry. So, anyways, as we continue on with the article here, launching July. Oh wait, actually, we already read that part, I believe. All right. Let's see. Oh, the Ultra Humanite has formed his own team of villains to take out the Man of Steel. This new limited series will help launch an all new status quo for Superman, setting up story elements that will impact both Action Comics and Superman Son of Kal-El in the months to come. So there's Superman Authority right there's a cover for Superman and the Authority right there. Let us know if any of these pique your interest down in the comments. So that's that. That's the first article. Now we'll get to the next one here. Yeah, we're already at 37 minutes. All right. That was me yesterday, Back Goat. Um, need a couch stream. Laugh out loud. I'm gonna try editing again. Um, I'll be away from chat for a bit, but listening. All right. I wish I could edit decently. Does anyone remember when Michael B. Jordan was going to be Superman? Well, that idea was float. Well, I think it is still floating because I think I saw something about that too. I think I saw a headline on that somewhere. Well, all right. So here's the next article. In what looks like an example of comic pros apparently not getting it. DC Comics artist Brian Hitch responds to criticism of his Infinite Frontier #1 variant cover by telling fans to F off. The article was done today by Spencer Bakuli. Let's see where this is going to go here. In the latest example of the disdain for readers that has become increasingly common amongst comic book industry professionals, prominent comic book artist Brian Hitch recently responded to criticism of his Infinite Frontier #1 variant cover by inviting fans critical of his artwork to F off. Okay, now that is just totally a brilliant way to really kind of like increase sales, right? Telling your fans to fornicate off, um, you know, yeah, Brian seems like a real intelligent guy, doesn't he? Let's see. Okay, let's see. Wasn't that a parody movie? Okay, let me see. Let me. Wasn't that mad at the idea. I wasn't that mad at the idea. He would be a good Superman if they make him a future version of him or something. Wasn't that a parody movie? Leto, didn't that turn into Space Jam? Really liked him in Creed. No, the parody of Space Jam His Space Jam 2. Okay. All right. Now, anyways, back to the article here. Um. Yeah. Okay. We already read that paragraph. And source Infinite Frontier Secret Files number 1, 2021 DC Con cover art by Brian Hitch. The variant cover featuring Calvin Ellis, the Superman of Earth 23 and leader of the multiversal super team Justice Incarnate, was first revealed by popular Aquaman Twitter user, the Aquaverse, who shared the artwork to their Twitter account on April 25th. And I guess here it is right here. However, following the cover's debut, many fans began to criticize Hitch for his depiction of Ellis' hairstyle. They took particular note of both his side points that they believe were unnecessary given his lack of a widow's peak and just how far back his hairline went. Frenic number 30 at Frank number 31 observed that Kryptonian barbers ain't mess, apparently. The art is good, but that hairline, though, wrote Twitter user Key Watkins 1299. Mess pushed back higher than LeBron's. Oh boy. Oh boy. And this is why he's telling fans to f off because I guess they're critical of how he drew the guy's hairline. Really? Sounds kind of dumb, if you ask me. What do you guys think of that? Telling somebody to um, f off because they drew a hairline a particular way. What do you guys think of that? Don't you guys think that's kind of stupid? While I'm waiting to see if you guys will answer that, I'm gonna go off camera for a moment. All right. Hey, okay. Laugh out loud. Um, Never seen it. Uh, Mikestand. No, I just left for a moment there. Um, ATC, but I'm just waiting to see if you guys answered the question I asked, which was, what do you think of somebody telling fans to f off just simply because the fans criticized how he drew a hairline, somebody's hairline, you know? I was just waiting to see if you guys would pick up on that and answer that. RJ, you're welcome to answer this too. If you're still here, if you heard that. Basically, what we're reading right now is basically this artist told his fans to f off because they were criticizing how he drew a hairline. I just wanted to see if you guys had anything to say on that. Hmm. Not professional. No, it's not. It's definitely not professional. Some of these comic pros seem to have quite a bit of problem is being professional. And this is just the latest example of this trash fire. you know, um, no, it's not CB. And of all the reasons to basically tell somebody to f off, that has got to be one of the lamest. Okay, so I'm a comic book artist. Oh, you don't like the way I drew a hairline. So I'm gonna so up f off you. That's stupid. People are wondering why comics are going down the drains, or at least the legacy comics are. You know, because it's behavior like this. I'm so disillusioned over the comic book industry. I've given up on it. Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah. Modern day comics, they really it pros seem to have their head so far up their rear end that it's coming out. You got like a second neck. It's like okay, so if you have your normal neck and then you have another neck because basically you stuck your head up your own rear end so much so far that you actually grew a secondary skin of neck basically. Try to imagine that. You guys can. Hmm. Anyways, so as we continue on here, um, Sandy Claus Kiss asked, "What self-respecting black man waking out or walking out the barbershop looking like this?" Eventually, the conversation was joined by Hitch himself, who had choice words for those who took issue with his artwork. In response to Geeks of Krypton, who asked, "What the heck is up with that hairline?" Hitch replied, "You lot can bleep right off." Yeah, that's an excellent way to sell comics. Boy. That's just oh boy. The stupidity of it all. It's just to me it's just utter stupidity right there. Utterly stupid. Okay, they need a proctocranialectomy. Yeah, a proctocranialectomy. Oh, basically, you mean they need to have their they need to have their head surgically removed from their rear end? Is that where you're going with that? RJ. Yeah, I'm sure everybody in here agrees with you on that. Head from butt. Yeah. Yeah, I got that fat goat. I got that's what he was saying. So that yeah, basically there's basically I think what RJ is saying right there is they need to have their head surgically removed from their rear ends. Now, let's see, as we shall continue on here. Shortly after this exchange, Hitch deleted his tweet. Did he maybe realize that maybe he screwed up in saying that? Well, let's see. As of writing, it's not entirely clear who exactly Hitch was referring to with his mention of you lot, though some have attempted to claim that Hitch was making a blanket remark towards black individuals. These accusations are completely unfounded, as the subject of contention was the quality of the cover artwork rather than the skin color of those involved. Yeah, but as has been talked about quite a bit, SJWs will try to find a way to make it about skin color, no matter what it is. Even if there's absolutely no evidence whatsoever that that's the case, they'll still try to find a way to make it happen. Furthermore, Hitch has not publicly addressed or apologized for his outburst since making the initial tweet. What do you make of Hitch's response? Let us know your thoughts on social media or in the comments down below. Well, I've been making my opinion, known. I think the guy's being an idiot. He's basically, telling fans that he doesn't want their money. Laugh out loud, good one. Uh, they need a proctocranialectomy. Move head from butt. Yeah. Yep, that's pretty much what we all agree on. Good one. Laugh out loud. Wow, I sure made a lot of work for myself way back when I have a lot of chips that need multi trim. Oh boy. Okay, so anyways, and the counter's being goofy again, guys. Not saying that there's only two people watching, but I know there's more than two people watching. Pretty sure of that. So, anyways, move on to the next article. Um, wow, we're coming up on an hour already. Only it got to just the two stories. Let me see. Let me try something here. Hopefully, this will fix that little counter problem. Uh, like BG, have it out, Bat Goat. Just load them up all up in order and work on them from start to finish. You'll find out fast. It's easier than do one then load another, then load another. Clips, videos, clips, mic, clips, video, clips, mic. Editing is not fun. Making video is fun. Laugh out loud. I'm sitting there being lazy. Laugh out loud. Then again, I've got a full week's worth of content done already. All right. So, anyways, as we now continue on with the next story here. Now we're going to go over to Marvel. We did some DC. Now we're going to look at some Marvel here. Oh, look at that! That's kind of an interesting cleavage shot right there. Marvel Comics reveals new X Men designs for Hellfire Gala. And of course, we reported on this before. Hellfire, the Hellfire Gala is the big debut, new re-debut of the X Men in a new arc, I believe. Um, Written today by John F. Trent. Marvel Comics revealed a number of new X Men designs for their upcoming Hellfire Gala. The Hellfire Gala is a series of stories told across 12 issues that will eventually lead to the unveiling of the first Krakoan X Men team. The final member of the team was chosen by a fan vote through Marvel.com. We've covered that a bit here as well. So, um, and just give me a second. I'm going to go off camera for a quick moment here. I'll be right back. Let's see. Oh, wow. We had quite a few comments come through since the last couple minutes here. Let's see. Yeah, okay, we read all that, I believe. When I load up a 10-minute clip on my timeline, that's the only one I'm doing. I edit heavy too. I don't run heavy on me. I'm a storyteller guy, laugh out loud. 80s look. Um, who's the one famous 80s artist? Bob Ross? Not him, the guy that made all those paintings with the hair and the makeup in the 80s radness. Hmm. All right. So, anyways, as we continue on with the article here, Jerry Duggan, the current writer of Marauders and the upcoming planet-sized X-Men book, described how these new designs for the Hellfire Gala came to be to Marvel.com. Um, as the builders of Krakoa began discussing the gala within the pages of Marauders and beyond, the writers and um, editors, um, began on what the noodling on um, what the evening could be. Um, he continued at our X retreat just over a year ago in Chicago. Um, we had some very large story ideas, um, and production plans that were ratified to give our artists the time they needed to collaborate on the designs. Russell has been an important part of the Marauders team from the beginning, and it only made sense as that he lead the way. The writers jammed on very simple prompts for a few of the books, but by and large, each character was a blank slate for Russell and our other artist. Our regular series artists were also asked to contribute around a half a dozen high fashions. So if you don't see your favorite character on a cover, you'll likely see them at the party, he added. As for the actual story, Duggan stated, we haven't sent any of these books to press yet. But I know we've already left a giant mark on the line with this party. The White Queen and House Carnation set out to create a special evening like no other. And it's going to make any other galas um, you might hear about look like a country fair. Not that it's a contest, but Krakoa wins. Like how he says it. Not like it's a contest, but Krakoa wins. That's kind of an interesting way to say it. Patrick Nigel just looked it up. Laugh out loud. Laugh out loud. Doesn't Batgoat just um, have those sniffles? Laugh out loud. What was that? Laugh out loud. Probably me, actually. I'm not allowed to say anything. You guys give me grief. Larger sniffles than Tony Montana in his last scene. That's me. I think that's me, Leto. That's not Batgoat. That's me. Anyways, excuse me a moment. I'll be right back. Anyways, I'm back now. Let's see. I'm not loud. That's a good one. Not sure if Mike will get it. Um, I'm just messing with you, lol. When Mike's able to ill super chat requesting um the big sniffles. Hmm. You wanna go to war? Say hello to my little friend. Dude, no. Laugh out loud. You're awesome, BG. Okay, so anyways, as we shall now continue on with the article here. Okay, there we go. Over the course of the past 2 days, Marvel has showcased what many of the mutants will be wearing to the Hellfire Gala. First up, they showcase the Marauders, which includes Pyro, Sebastian Shaw, um, Banshee, Bishop, and Iceman. Activities of the. And there they are right there. Next, we get a look at the X Force. Team includes Wolverine, Sage, Domino, Beast, Kid Omega, and Professor X. Hmm. I'm taking it that I guess Professor X now is out of the wheelchair, whereas Madam Cha seems to be in the wheelchair. Earlier on April 27th, that's today, they revealed the Hellions team includes Havoc, Psylocke, Mr. Sinister, Exodus, and Mystique. Whoa, look at Mystique right there with the feathery stuff. Hmm. Most recently, they revealed the X-Men team that includes Sunfire, Cinch, Colossus, Wolverine X-23, and Cannonball. And the X-23, I believe, was introduced on the Evolution cartoon show in the early 2000s. So, back in March, Marvel also released designs for Emma Frost, Storm, Jean Grey, Cyclops, Kate Pride, Rachel Summers, Penance, Angel, Captain Britain, and Rogue. First up is Storm. Emma Frost gets 3 different outfits. Looks like she will be making some changes as the gala happens. Here's the first one. Here's the second one. And here's the third one. Next up is Jean Grey. Here's Cyclops. Kate Pride is sporting a very different look. Rachel Summers is bringing a guest with her, a little doggy. Uh, Monet St. Croix, aka Penance, is literally peacocking. Angel is going shirtless. I guess he's trying to show how much of a stud he is by showing his very well developed chest there. Huh? Let's see. Uh, Sexy sniffles in BG back goes direction. It's showing that only 2 people are watching. uh, let's see. Captain Britain is showing off her legs. Hmm. And Rogue looks to be bringing it back to the 80s. On top of these, Marvel would then release covers for all 12 of the titles that shows off other members of the Krakoan nation, including Emma Frost, Jean Grey, Nightcrawler, Storm, Magic, and others. First up is the cover of Marauders number 21 that shows Emma Frost's outfit. And it looks like she's kind of scantily clad right there. That'll probably bring in a few sales. Maybe not for the reasons they may want, but hey, whatever works, right? Next, we get a look at Magic, Storm, Jean Grey, and Rogue on the cover of Planet Size X-Men number 1. The cover of Hellions number 12 gives us another look at the Hellions team. X-Force number 20 also shows off the X-Force team. Excalibur number 21 shows off Excalibur as well as Great Britain. It's Captain Britain, rather. Next is the cover X-Men number 21. Here's a cover of New Mutants number 19. Here's a cover of X-Corps number 2. Cover for Sword shows off Abigail Brand. Way of X number 3 shows off Nightcrawler and Pixie. Deadpool makes an appearance on the cover of Wolverine number 13. And finally, Polaris dances her way onto the cover of X Factor number 10. What's your favorite Hellfire Gala design? One do you hate the most? Well, let's just hope that if people are commenting on the ones that they don't like or hate, that the artist isn't going to sit there and tell them to go f off like Mr. Hitch did. Hmm. So, anyways, so now we'll get to the next article here. One's the Shack Anime one from Spencer Bakuli again. Also wrote today. So the count's of course showing 3 people viewing, but I'm pretty sure we have more 3 people who are watching right now. Myself, Leto, Batgoat, ATC, Woody, and I hope an RJ's still here. I know he said he would be. He was actually listening in as he's typing up his review for Thundar. So hoping he's still here catching the stuff. Shh, I'm trying to edit. uh, anyways, on to the next story here. Shack Anime. This is the one I was telling you guys about earlier. This is where Shack Anime is deciding to bend the knee. How about that? Ah. Shack Anime uninvites Vic Mignogna from Anime Roseville event, citing threats of boycotts from quote unquote other voice actors, agents, and managers. It was written today by Spencer Bakuli. So let's get into this and see what's going on here. Shack Anime has removed Vic Mignogna from their Anime Roseville event following threats made by quote unquote other voice actors, agents, and managers to boycott the organization's other conventions if the former Dragon Ball voice actor made an appearance at the upcoming gathering. Um, now I looked up on animecons.com, and the only other person who was scheduled to be there at the Roseville event was Eric Vale. And from what everything I've seen, he's kind of stayed out of the whole Vic situation. If anything, he himself even has issues with Sean Schemmel. You know, um, so this does seem a little bit odd, if anything. But basically, as from what I could tell, only Eric Vale seemed to be the only other guest there, and I don't think Eric has any issues with Vic. He's never been a part of this. And just in case, for those of you who don't know who Eric Vale is, he's a VA and ADR director with Funimation. Let's see. Some of his voice credits include the Crimson Alchemist in Full Metal Alchemist. See, he was, I believe, Sakio in Yu Yu Hakusho. He was Sanji in Funimation's dub of One Piece. Um, so, and I think he was Kiyosoma in Fruits Basket. So, um, but as far as I know, from everything I'd seen, he doesn't seem to have an issue with Vic. So, but basically, what they're doing here is even if even if let's say they were signed to show up at the event, they're not attacking this specific event. They're saying that if Vic wasn't disinvited, um, they would basically just not do business with him anymore, just by saying they wouldn't. Um, they would boycott, the other events. So Mignana's attendance at Anime Roseville, a swap meet style anime fan event, set to take place on June 6th at the Rosenbellen Center in Roseville, California. Roseville, by the way, is up in Northern California. For those of you who don't know where that is, obviously, it's the SAC anime events near Sacramento. Was first confirmed on April 20th, a week ago, by SAC Anime themselves. In a tweet from the organization's official account, SAC Anime announced Mignana as their first guest. They heralded the voice actor for having been in more than 400 animated series and video games, and specifically for providing the voice of Edward Elric in Full Metal Alchemist. And then I guess here's the poster there. See him in a Star Trek continues thing. As well as a few other pictures there. Like clockwork, the announcement of Mignana's attendance soon met a wave of vocal opposition from members of the Kick Vic movement, including a number of familiar anti-Vic activists. Star Trek audiobook producer Emmett Plant, hot off his successful campaign to remove Mignana from the guest list of the 55-year mission tour, Las Vegas-based Star Trek convention offered to again recount how he supposedly saw Vic grab a woman without her consent at a convention. And yet, we're not hearing anything from the woman themselves. I don't believe. Well, I'll be right back. Got to go off camera here for a moment. All right, so as we continue on, I am just showing photos of documents in the lawsuit Vic Mignogna filed against a major recording studio, two respected actors, and me, a mortgage guy, wrote Ron Toy, whose wife, Monica Real. Are they actually married? Did they somehow get end up getting married? I Last I heard they were engaged, but did they actually go through with the ceremony? I'm wondering. I hadn't heard anything. Of course, I'm not on Twitter anymore, and I don't really, I may sporadically or once in a grand while just go to see what they may be saying, but, you know, um, Ron Toy, whose wife, Monica Rial, was one of the first Western anime voice actors to accuse Mignogna of misconduct. He lost so bad he was sanctioned for it. I mean, his friend even said he was creepy, but yeah, and you got to take everything Ron says with a grain of salt. I think what is actually in reality, Ron is actually jealous of Vic because Monica probably secretly wants Vic. Okay, that's probably what's really going on. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? You think my theory there is pretty solid? You think that maybe Ron because Monica, um, for whatever reason, can't seem to have him? RJ, what do you think of that? If you're still here, um, I don't know how much you know about the Vic situation because I know you're more comic stuff than anime. But if you have been following the story at all, then you should know exactly what I'm talking about. He rejected her big time. We know this. Hmm. Yeah, and you know the saying, back goat. Probably why there are MGTOWs out there. You know, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. A lawsuit appeal is 7 months in now. Sorry, back goat. Yeah, we're still waiting on that decision too. But then Nick was even saying though that the fact is that they had kind of fast tracked it a bit there early, and that's why now it's probably getting on people because it normally, the fact they were already considering it is actually kind of, oh, yeah, bummer. Yeah. Now, RJ, you still here with us, or just kind of wondering? All right. Well, as I said, back to your editing now. Right. So let's continue on then. Um, in a change of pace from the usual accusations of sexual misconduct, social media personality Kaylin Marsgirl Saucedo opted to criticize Mignogna for his distrust of masks and the fact that he has removed his mask and taken photos face to face with attendees despite those events' mask requirements. No, he's just respected people's constitutional right to make the choice for themselves to wear a mask. He's probably writing press on. Yeah, that's what I figure too. Okay, later. P.S. I am a funny dude. This will be good. Let's see. Of course, Galen Salcedo, Mars Girl fighting. Yeah. However, despite a counter outpouring of support from Mignana's fans, SAC Anime would eventually inform anime fan Jeff Sayan that the backlash had led them to cancel Vic from the convention as of this morning. So here's Jeff Sayan, Deluded Dragon, at Deluded Dragon. This is what he said on Twitter. And so I got a message from Anime Roseville. Apparently, other voice actors, actresses threatened them behind the scenes, and they canceled Vic. So they are actively interfering with Vic's invites, which does kind of sound like torture. Something. It sounds like torturous interference to me. Vic may have even more, the onslaught of negative posts wasn't the only reason, explained SAC Anime from the official Anime Roseville Facebook account. It was also the call for boycott of our conventions from other voice actors, agents, managers if we brought him to the show. We had many already pull out of appearing at our shows because we announced him and we're going to have him. Hmm. Our conventions from other voice. If we brought him to the show, we had many. Let's see. If we okay, so let's see. We had hosted Vic many times over the last 20 years or so, and had a great working relationship with him in the past. A show we assisted with was even was even the show Bach Anime the weekend when everything went down, and his panel speaking about it happened. Well, maybe what Vic's fans should do is do a counter boycott and just say, "Well, you did that to Vic. Fine, we're not. We want our money back." You know, I want to keep playing this game. Then let's see let's see who flinches first. In light of the threat to their business, and despite admitting that they had hosted Vic many times over the last 20 years or so, and had a great working relationship with him in the past, SAC Anime then stated that we cannot, as a show, lose what we have built up since the mid 1980s by having this all happen now. We thank you for your messages to have him and want to have him at our show, but we cannot have him appear at our show, concluded SAC Anime. So, yes, we have had to withdraw him from appearing at our show. Which, of course, again, is a clear sign of a convention bending the knee. What do you make of SAC Anime's decision to uninvite Mignana from Anime Roseville? Let us know your thoughts on social media or in the. Well, I believe they should have stood up to the others. They said, "You don't want to come to our show? Fine. We'll just have Vic on, and Vic will make us lots of money." You know, um, that's what I say. Okay, you have a set of voice actors and agents and managers who are going to boycott your event. Find ones that aren't, because I can tell you now. Granted, some of the money they may need to spend a little bit more money, but I know of, like, first off, I know of a few Canadian voice actors who would probably love to come to your show, you know, who aren't involved in any of this big mess, who probably don't even would not even have an issue with being there with Vic. A number of them out of Calgary. Um, I don't think anybody from Calgary has had issues with Vic. I don't, and aside from a couple, I don't really think there's a lot from Blue. I know Brian Drummond came out and said something more recently, but I think he was more pressured to do that. But still, and I know Ian James Corlett said something too in that regard. But aside from that, those two, I know there are voice actors from Calgary who would love to probably attend their conventions. Might cost a little extra money to fly them down and all that, but there's voice actors from New York who don't get enough, like Mark Thompson, for example, who I'm sure would love to attend, and again would not have an Angora Dev who would not have an issue with attending a convention with Vic. You know, so yeah. So, anyways, so let's see now. So where are we at on time here? Oh wow. Okay, so we're already at we're already at the hour and a half mark. So um, I'll see what I can see if okay. So there were four more stories I was going to try to get to from CBR, but you know something, I think it would just these stories we did tonight took quite a bit of time. So um, let's see. I guess I'll try to see what how many we can get through on CBR. They're all anime stories, so I won't be having to go back and forth too much there. And the CBR stories usually are quicker reads, anyways. Right, that was the first one there, yeah. Yeah. There were three from here. That's right, because one of the four anime stories was the Vic story, so we had three comic stories. Okay. All right, so let me. And I do know that Vic, um, and I know Nick is live streaming tonight. I guess jokingly saying, "Do you have a live stream, bro?" Anyway, so we'll try to get through some of these articles. Then I think I got three more here. See what happens. Chainsaw Man creator comments on the anticipated anime adaptation. Chainsaw Man creator Tatsuki Fujimoto says he doesn't have any worries whatsoever about the upcoming anime adaptation. Tatsuki Fujimoto's Chainsaw Man captivated readers with its slick aesthetic, over the top action, um, and thrilling storyline. Um, with part one of the manga officially concluded, Fujimoto has assured fans that the highly anticipated anime adaptation is in good hands. In an interview with Anime News Network, Fujimoto talked about his experience writing Fire Punch for Shonen Jump Plus, as well as his thoughts on Chainsaw Man's upcoming series. I talked to the people handling the anime. I felt that they were people I could feel comfortable leaving things to, so I don't have any worries whatsoever, he explained. Um, I love anime, but I don't have any experience in making it, so I am leaving it all to them. This comment comes on the heels of the official announcement late last year, which debuted a terrifying new teaser poster and confirmed the adaptation's ongoing development. A trailer for the Chainsaw Man anime is set to debut at the Mappa Stage 2021 10th anniversary event, while the manga is set to continue with part two entitled School Arc sometime in the near future. Okay, so that's that one. And as I said, maybe since the voice act, going back to the previous article, the Vic article for a moment, if the voice actors and actresses are threatening to boycott SAC Anime and their conventions um, over inviting him, then maybe Vic fans should, for those who are actually attending the events or do have tickets already, maybe they should start asking for refunds. So back to your editing now. We did it. Oh yeah. Okay. I wish I was a funny dude. Right. So, anyways, five people. Okay. All right. So here's the next anime story we're gonna look at here. Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon Eternal, the movie trailer announces Netflix premiere date. Netflix has given a release date for the Pretty Guardian um, Sailor Moon Eternal, the movie. Um, part one and part two with the film's first teaser trailer. There's Usagi and Little Bunny there. The teaser trailer for Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon Eternal, the movie part one and part two, reveals when the next installment of the franchise will make their debut on Netflix. June 3rd is the date that Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon Eternal, the movie, part one and part two, um, will debut on Netflix outside of Japan. The film is directed by Chiaki Kon, The Way of the House Husband, Nodani Cantabile, Paris Edition, and Finale, with music by Yasuharu Takanashi, Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon Crystal, Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon Crystal Season 3, character designs by Kazuko Tadano, Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon, Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens, animation by Toei Animation Studio Gene. So if you want to go look at it up, just type in Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon Eternal the movie announcement. So that's where you'd find it on YouTube there. Uh, let's see. Like so many others around the world, um, I traced my love of anime back to watching Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon when I was a toddler. Pictures of me in Usagi's bun head have become a family treasure. It's no surprise that these characters and tales about love and justice still touch the hearts of so many fans around the world, said Emma Hirayama, manager, content acquisition, Netflix. It's a dream come true for all of us at Netflix to have Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon Eternal, a movie, join our expansive anime slate and to share this incredible story with fans around the world. We have long been hoping to bring Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon Eternal, a movie, to people around the world since the initial release in Japan in January and February 2021, said Fumio Osano, editor in chief, comic IP development team Kodansha. Today, we are excited to bring these movies to our fans through Netflix. Amidst these challenging times, it is our greatest pleasure for viewers to feel courage and hope by watching this story about love and justice. Let's see what you guys might be saying at this point. Laugh out loud from Leto. So, the synopsis for Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon Eternal the movie can be found below. The upcoming adventures are set in April when the cherry blossoms are in bloom, and Tokyo is in a festive mood as it celebrates the largest total solar eclipse of the century. As a new moon obscures the sun and gradually dims its light, Usagi and Chibiusa encounter Pegasus, who is in search of the chosen maiden, who can break the seal of the golden crystal. Meanwhile, a mysterious troupe called the Dead Moon Circus appears in town, whose nefarious plan is to scatter the nightmare incarnations known as lemurs, seize the legendary silver crystal, rule over the moon and the earth, and eventually dominate the entire universe. Dot 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 dot. Originally created by Naoko Takuchi, Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon, Eternal, the movie, is directed by Chiaki Kon. Part 1 and Part 2 premiered June 3rd on Netflix outside of Japan. And there's that one. Let's see now. Down to 4 people. Oh, and well, that's nice. One of the dislikes is gone. Uh, okay, back up to 5 people now. At least according to um. All right, and the dislikes back up. Anyways, okay. So now we have one more story. Let's see. Oh wow, we're already at an hour 46. Okay, so we might run a little past, but I think that'll be okay because this one's kind of a interesting one too. Um, Studio Ghibli's Toshio Suzuki addresses live-action Nausicaa rumors. Former Studio Ghibli producer Toshio Suzuki says that a live-action Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind adaptation has potential. There might be a chance of seeing a live-action adaptation of Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind after all. In a recent interview on Fuji TV, Bokura no Jidai talk show, Studio Ghibli co-founder and general manager and former producer Toshio Suzuki acknowledged that the studio has received multiple offers from directors wanting to make a live-action Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind adaptation. Well-known directors like Neon Genesis Evangelion's Hideaki Anno and Takashi Yamazaki, who is known for his films like Always Sunset on 3rd Street and live-action adaptations of anime Parasite and Space Battleship Yamato, have both repeatedly expressed interest in adapting Nausicaa. Suzuki remarked that he has always denied Yamazaki's offers. Suzuki acknowledged that nearly every Japanese director wants to make a Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind adaptation, except ironically, Hayao Miyazaki, the director of the original film, as well as the writer of the manga it was based on. Studio Ghibli and Miyazaki have both long had a reputation for being notoriously protective of their intellectual properties. However, when asked how he felt about the idea of making a sequel to Nausicaa in a 2013 interview, Miyazaki replied that he was uninterested in such a project, but that he would approve of Hideaki Anno taking it on. Miyazaki said, "I don't really feel like doing it," but Anno keeps on saying, "I want to do it. I want to do it." So I tell him now that I have come to think lately that if he wanted to do it, it would be fine for him to do it. So I guess it sounds like Hayao Miyazaki is endorsing Hideaki Anno to do the live action adaptation of Nausicaa. Anno's connection to Studio Ghibli and Miyazaki actually spans multiple decades. Near the beginning of his career, Anno was hired as a key animator on the original 1984 Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind film. He specifically worked on animating the immense god warriors during the film's climax, which would later influence the creation of his own anime, Evangelion. In 2012, Anno again teamed up with Studio Ghibli to create an animated short based on Nausicaa titled Kyoshinhei Tokyo ni Awararu. I guess that's translated as Giant God Warrior appears in Tokyo. For a museum exhibition the studio was attending. Anno also voiced the protagonist Jiro Horikoshi in Miyazaki's 2013 film The Wind Rises. Although considered one of Studio Ghibli's greatest films, Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind was actually made by Studio Topcraft shortly before it went bankrupt and was later revived as Studio Ghibli. The film's massive success enabled the foundation of Studio Ghibli, which has become one of the most recognized and critically acclaimed animation studios of all time. Studio Ghibli's incredible success led to HBO Max's recent acquisition of the studio's entire film catalog, and even to the development of an amusement park based on its films. Alrighty then, so that's all of the main stories tonight. How you and anonymity finally got here. And I know we're at hour 52. Uh, you know. Hey, just got home. How's it going? Going to grab a bite to eat. Evening, everyone. Hey, Anon, you're late. Very late. We're pretty much done with all the main stories. Anon's always late. Okay, so, anyways, guys, we're coming up on 2 hours pretty quick here. So, I guess it's a good time to start wrapping up. As I mentioned earlier, Nick is streaming tonight. Don't know what he's covering. He just simply said that, he's joking that he's in the background saying hyena. So anyways, are you was with a lady friend and then had to work. All right, first clip of 10 minutes is down to 111 of sitting at campfire drinking and smoking. Whoa, ear arp. All right, so are you guys ready for this day in each history? RJ, if you're still here, I guess this will be your first chance to see the this day in each history segment. No, you might still be writing, but let's see. Niche it up or nice it up, niche it up. Your mic freaked out. It was loud. What was that noise? Ha ha ha. Well, that's our history. All right. Let's see. So, without any further ado, then, guys, today being Tuesday, April the 27th, um, 2021, let's take a look back this day in each history. And of course, as the month is winding down as well, it's only able to find a couple of history pieces tonight. But one of them is actually quite significant, and I'll get to that in a moment. First off, I'm going to head back 40 years ago today on this date in each history. As well, actually, both of them, I'm sorry, both of them are actually pretty significant. Um, on this date, 40 years ago today, Tommy Rich would defeat Harley Race for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. This was Tommy Race's lone NWA World Heavyweight title reign, which only lasted 4 days. He beat Race in a show in Augusta, Georgia. Race would, of course, regain the title 4 days later on the first in Gainesville, Georgia. This was said to be kind of a power solidification move, as there was, I guess, some skirmishes going on within the NWA at the time. So they wanted to put the title on Rich for a few days, if anything, to kind of solidify Georgia's power within the NWA, Georgia Territory's power. So on this date in 1981, 40 years ago today, Tommy Rich would win the NWA World Heavyweight Championship from Harley Race for a grand total of 4 days. For a grand total of 4 days reign. So there we go. So there's that one. And then the other piece of each news, which is also pretty significant. I vote for him, Mike Sniffle. On this date, 10 years ago today. Okay. Bouncing all over the place here. Okay. On this date, 10 years ago today, the 900th issue of Action Comics Volume 1 went on sale. And among the stories included a Lex Luthor feature, the Black Ring finale. Also, Superman features life support, autobiography, Friday Night in the 21st Century, and The Incident. So on this date, 10 years ago today, 900th issue Action Comics went on sale on this date. Think about this. This is volume 1 of Action Comics, by the way. Remember, the first issue came out, and we'll be looking at that soon enough. May 3rd, cover date June of 1938. The the release date was May 3rd of 1938. Another little interesting tidbit too about Action Comics. There was a time there in I believe it was 88, 89, where they actually started publishing Action weekly. It wasn't just monthly. There was I don't know if it was 2 or 3 months there where they were releasing issues of Action Comics on a weekly basis, which of course was unheard of. Yeah. Oh. Oh, anyways, okay, so on this date 10 years ago today, Action Comics number 900 from Volume 1 went on sale on this date. So, with that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Kick Vic is at it again. Continuing to show everybody that they have no lives. So that only thing they can seem to contribute is to ruin somebody else's life. So have a good one, everyone. Yep. So okay. Enjoyed. Yep. A good one, Mike. All right. So guys, I will hopefully see you all tomorrow. When we'll look more at the happenings in the niche world. Night, everyone. It's been swell. I'm a Go Smash Night. RJ, if you're still here, I hope you enjoyed the content as well. Um, I hope you'll be back, on future streams. Always welcome to contribute to the conversation as well. And with that, everybody, I bid you all good night and nice. Okay, I bid you all good night, and I will see you tomorrow. Ooh, smash! Yeah, smash that like button that will really help if you haven't already. Anyways, I shall bid you all a good night, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.